On April 2nd, 1951, I arrived at K-41 Chungju Airfield with the 39th Fighter Interceptor Squadron just as Operation Rogue was beginning. I was the newly appointed commander, and this will be my very first day leading these men into combat. The airfield was already alive by morning. Jet aircraft were parked along the airfield as a reminder of how quickly the war was changing, but for this first mission, I chose to take my men into battle with the F-51 Mustang. It was not the newest machine in Korea anymore, but it was reliable, familiar, and still one of the finest aircraft ever built by American hands. Our target was near Chinchon city, where Allied troops were pressing forward and enemy forces were digging in, trying to hold the line and stop our advance. As our Mustangs taxied toward the runway, I knew this would be my first combat mission of the campaign and the first real test of the men flying behind me. We had fuel, ammunition, clear weather, and a route to the target. But beyond Chinchon city, there were enemy guns waiting on the ground and fighters that might already be patrolling the skies above them. I had chosen the mission, I had chosen the men, and before this morning was over, I would find out whether I had chosen correctly.
Fox 71, take off.
Go ahead.
Blue 6, requesting takeoff clearance. Over.
And order of takeoff. Let's go ahead and test our control surfaces, ailerons, elevator and rudder, all operational. Flaps are ready. Full throttle. Let's get the hell out of here. You see there, a quite heavy aircraft we got here. Alright, landing gear. By 1951, the Mustang had a new name. Officially, she was no longer the P-51, but the F-51, after the Air Force changed the way it classified its aircraft, but to the men who flew her, including myself, none of that mattered very much. She was still the Mustang, reliable, responsive, and fucking beautiful. The mission plan was simple on paper. From K-41 Chungju Airfield, we will follow the first waypoints toward Chinchon city, hit the enemy frontline positions, and then use the final legs in transit to get back home before enemy fighters or ground fire could turn the whole damn mission against us. The target area sat directly in the path of the Allied advance. The US 8th Army was pushing north, with the 5th Air Force supporting from above, and American Corps elements moving toward Chinchon city on the ground. Our job was to clear the way by attacking the enemy forces holding the line. That meant anti-aircraft guns, batteries, vehicles, and any hostile position capable of slowing our troops before they reached the city. From the air, they were just targets, but to our troops on the ground, they were the difference between moving forward and bleeding for every damn yard. We had to hit those enemy positions hard and clear the road ahead, because our guys moving toward Chinchon was counting on us to break that line. This was my first combat mission as a commander, but whatever waited for us near Chinchon, I will not be facing it alone. Alright, we're ready and we are over the city of Chinchon, and the aircraft fire is firing. See if we can find some good ground targets to strike. I see the airfield down there, Chinchon airfield. The enemy airfield looked empty, so it seemed like we weren't going to face any fighter opposition, but as soon as they spotted us, their anti-aircraft guns opened up with everything they had, and those guns became my first target. Alright, let's go. I'm gonna use the bombs here, if I can deliver one bomb on top of this guy's head. Alright, see if we can nail some bombs here, look at this. One rocket, just in case. Ooh, nice explosion over there. The power.
Target destroyed.
The first enemy position was completely wiped, although I made a costly mistake by dropping both of my 500-pound bombs. My specialty had always been the HVAR rockets, and luckily I still had plenty of them left to clear the next enemy artillery position. These guys were pouring fire into my men, but they never realized I was coming straight at them. Alright, look at this, we get a big installation here. Gonna use some H-bars, look at that. Alright, nice hits. Good thrower. The second enemy artillery position was wiped out, along with my last load of HVAR rockets, but I still had my trusty 50 cal to finish the job. The problem was, I could never have imagined what was about to happen next. Yeah, I managed to get a good hit down there, looks like a vehicle, but there's one more guy over there. See if we can quickly strafe this guy. Nice hits, nice hits. Nice hits, nice hits. Full power. Oh shit, why are you bailing out? Why are these guys being bailed out? Suddenly I looked to my right and saw one of my men going down in flames. One of the F-51s escorting us lost sight of one of my men, and the two aircraft collided in a catastrophic mid-air crash. Both machines were gone in an instant, and that was when I understood our brutal mistake. We had come armed to the teeth to attack an enemy that was completely outmatched, but we brought too many men into the fight, saturated the airspace, and in the end our worst enemy turned out to be ourselves. But there were still enemy troops on the ground, and I still had a few 50 cal rounds left to spend. Alright, let's do one more strafe and then we're out for home. What are these things? Artillery positions? Oh shit, that was close. Look at this fucker here. Whoa, running off ammo. That was my last couple of rounds back there. Jeez. Alright, let's get the road and disappear.
Charlie, this is Red 2. Proceeding to base.
Alright, P-51s. Proceeding to base. I'm gonna return to base also. I'm gonna be just right behind them in case something funny appears, like a MiG-15, something like that. In the end, I gave the order to head back home. We had done enough damage to the enemy forces, destroying artillery units, vehicles and troops along the front line. The mission was complete, 5 ground enemies destroyed, 9 artillery units wiped out, but the price was hard to ignore, 2 aircraft lost and 1 pilot who did not survive the impact. We still had a 70-mile flight back to Chungju, and I was not willing to risk more losses because of engine damage we had not yet accounted for. The flight home went according to plan, but the silence was deafening. We knew the communists had deployed a new jet fighter, courtesy of the Soviet Union, and some of the men were already saying it might be better than almost modern jets, but we had not faced one yet. We had not even seen one with our own eyes, but I had the feeling our luck will not hold forever. But for now, we had done enough for one day. We hit the enemy, we brought most of our men home, and tomorrow there will be another mission waiting for us.